Welcome to the Podcasting Dead. I'm Justin.
I'm Jessi.
And hopefully having yourself a good start to the week. Hopefully recovering from Thanksgiving well. As you get older, you get food hangovers. And I think I'm still dealing with one because we have multiple Thanksgiving Day stuff. But anyways, this is the first video retro podcast that we're doing. So we are going to start evolving to video, but I'm also recording it so that maybe we can put the audio on SoundCloud. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, we cover lots of different stuff, but particularly The Walking Dead. And I've seen The Walking Dead about 1,000 times. Jessi has only seen it now. This is her first time ever watching it. So with the show ending, it's fun to go back and relive the series, especially with someone who's experiencing it for the first time. Today, we are going to be talking about Season 4, Episode 4. It's called Indifference. It was directed by Trisha Brock and written by Matthew Negrete. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. It originally aired November the 3rd, 2013. And Jessi, lots of big changes happening on this episode. How'd you feel about it?
Wow. That's all I got to say because Carol's gone.
Right.
Didn't see that coming. Second of all, is Rick going to tell them why, or is he going to make up some story?
She died on the road.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is that because if he tells them, then Ty is going to go out looking for her and kill her. So is Rick going to make something up?
I will have to wait and see. I will tell you, you won't have to wait long to see how he handles the situation.
Or who went out looking for them? Who was it?
Went out looking for Rick and Carol?
Or wait, Rick and Carol went out looking for the other groups. Is the other group going to run into Carol and be like, what's up? And then she's going to be like, I killed some people and I got to go.
Well, and Tyrese is with them too. So she'd be like,
I forgot about that.
Rick and I broke up. So I'm just going out on my own.
And what about Daryl?
And what about Daryl?
The love of his life is gone now.
It is an interesting position to be in because you got Daryl, who is super loyal to Rick, but loves Carol to death. But then you've got Carol, who killed two people that, it's one of those things too, where I think it's multifaceted as to why Rick did it, because it's like, one, of course, like what if she was to kill his kids because they got sick or someone else? But it's also, I think he knows that if Tyrese finds out, it's going to be a snit storm. And I just don't think he wants that kind of smoke. So he's like, look, it's just better to cut you loose, let you go, and let you do your own thing.
Because another thing is, he can't lie to Tyrese about it. Because when Tyrese finds out, which he probably would, then he's going to go after Rick too. Yeah,
because you said they were going out looking. What it was that, the other group hadn't gotten back yet and they really needed medicine. Yeah. So they just figured they would go check and see if they could find something in the meantime, because it was taking them a while to get back. Got some issues with Daryl's group too. How about when he finds the bottle of liquor in Bob's bag that he refuses to let go?
Oh yeah, I could not believe that, because first of all, okay, if you want to get your drink on, so be it. But you could have got some medicine too.
Well, that's what Daryl was so mad about, because I remember when we first watched the episode, whoever, I know it was my parents, but somebody was like, I mean, if he wants to have a drink, and I was like, I think it's not the fact that he has a drink. It's like Daryl said to him, like, I'll beat you, like, I'll beat your word I'm not going to say. But, if you have a single drink before anybody gets any of this medicine. So it's like, it's priorities. It's not that Daryl cares about his sobriety. It's that he put having a drink over the needs of the group, which is why they're out there to begin with.
And then he wouldn't let the bag go when there was no medicine in there to begin with. Like, you really worked that hard and risked your life and everyone else just for that bottle of liquor?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Bob.
And how about the two new people that we met? One of which we know is no longer there. I felt so bad for them. They were like the most happy-go-lucky little couple to find in the apocalypse.
Well, I wonder what happened to the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Did he get got?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I know the girl got. Poor thing. Like I said, I'll tell you, this episode makes me cringe too because like I can handle blood, I can handle guts, bone stuff freaks me out. So like when Carol had to like relocate his dislocated shoulder. My God, man. Why is the shoulder made so that it can slip out of joint in that way?
That's a really good question. Maybe so it doesn't break as easy. And
like I know it's a ball joint.
That would be the alternative.
It's a ball joint so you can rotate it and stuff. And I know there's always the possibility it can pop out, but come on, evolution. Couldn't you have put something more secure in place so that perhaps just anytime that happens in a show, because that's a pretty common trope in shows where they're like, oh, my shoulder's dislocated. Here, let me help you. Raise your arm. Pow. And it's like, dude, like if you were sewing me up, I'd be good. If you were like patching me up, whatever, I'm fine. But if you had to do that, you'd have to give me like a piece of wood or something to bite down on because I'd just be like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
A ball gag.
This is getting kind of kinky. You'd be like, do you got anything I can bite down on? Here, take this. They put it around your face. You're like, I feel like this is going somewhere else.
I didn't bring any cash. I can't leave you a tip.
Why you have a whip?
Sorry.
All of a sudden, the sexy music start playing. Wait a minute, what's happening here?
Is it tea and purpose time?
But no, two interesting new characters, and they say that the title of the episode's Indifference, and that refers to Carol's just indifference toward survivors dying, because like when that chick Anna was eaten or whatever, you know, Carol it's like, it was a nice watch. Like there's no, you know, people are getting cold, like cold, you know. I mean, you just met these people, they're living people that you interacted with, and then they get eaten and you're just like, well, at least one of them gets eaten and you're like, it was a nice watch.
Yeah. Well, also, all I could think about was they're trapped in the bathroom, I think, for a couple of days. Where were they using the bathroom? Where were they pooping and peeing? And they had to watch each other do that. Like, that's
love.
And you know it smelled bad in there.
Oh, yeah. Which, excuse me, I got that wrong. The watch thing was referring to Rick's watch that he had given Sam, like when Sam didn't show back up. Not like she had a nice watch, but like, you know, but still, it's just, she's like not even worried about him. She's just like, well, it was a nice watch, you know, like, what about
I thought you were referring to the watch as she, so that's why I was like, yeah.
No, talking about Rick's watch that he gave that guy to get back or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, she's not even concerned with him and how he is. But did you know something was up with Rick? Like when I watched this episode for the first time, I knew something was up with Rick, like by the way he was being short with her and the way they were interacting when they first got to that town. Like I honestly, when I watched it live on TV, I honestly thought like Rick's going to leave her or he's going to like put her out to pasture and kill her.
No, I did not get that vibe.
No kidding.
It did not cross my mind. I mean, Carol's been there since day one. She's a part of the council, but now, I mean, like off topic, not really, but now I kind of get why she was crying when Lizzie went in there, because she was kind of thinking to herself, probably like, I killed those two people because they were sick. Am I going to kill Lizzie because she's sick? Like she couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a conflict, you know, because she did it to these two people who she's not that close to, but she knows that she wouldn't be able to do it for that little girl. Mm-hmm. Or maybe she would have to. I don't know. But I think that's why she started crying. She was thinking about how she killed those other two people.
And wondering if she could do that.
It goes full circle because she's been teaching Lizzie you have to do it regardless of who it is for your own safety. And then it was Lizzie that needed to get got, but she really didn't. But in Carol's head, probably she was thinking that.
I know too, when we were watching it the first time, Sam and Anna that they met, like I thought they're too nice. Like they're too happy. There's something up with these people. And then it was like, no, they were just two of the friendliest people you could meet in the apocalypse, man. I hated that because I was like,
that would be me in the apocalypse. I feel like they reminded me of me.
That would be,
I would like to think that I would keep that like good vibe going even in the apocalypse. The apocalypse.
The apocalypse. I keep the
It's
vibes going in the
apocalypse.
apocalypse, y'all. Well, like one of your best friends' name is Sam, so it'd be funny in the apocalypse you'd take on two different personalities because, you know, it's Anna and Sam, and you felt like they were you in the apocalypse. You'd be like, I'm Jessi. I'm Sam. And you'd be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah, like I have issues.
But you know that. What about when they were at the auto shop?
That was really sad when they saw the pictures of the people after they had just killed them.
Yep, putting, you know, because you with walkers, I think they have to humanize. You know, they try not to humanize them because they are enemies and they're trying to kill you. But at the end of the day, like, they were humans and they had lives and feelings and thoughts and dreams and. You know, and now they're nothing. So yeah, I love it when The Walking Dead does that. They don't do it often, I don't think, but like I do love when they try to like humanize like a walker, because, you know, that's kind of like war. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie with Brad Pitt. Gosh, Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, John Bernthal that played Shane was in it. Fury. It's a World War II tank movie. It's really good. You should watch it. But, you know, he tells him at one point they've got an enemy on the ground, and he's telling the kid to shoot him. And he's like, you know, no. And he's like, you can't humanize your enemy. Like, when you're at war, your enemy is your enemy. You cannot humanize them. And I think that's probably the thought towards walkers, is like we've heard many times with Carl and, you know, talking to Lizzie and all of that, of like, you can't name them. They're not people. But they are people, or they were people.
They were.
Now they just want to eat your butt.
Ew.
Back to the ball gag.
Bow chicka wow wow.
But, you know, what about Tyrese, like, in the bushes, man? Like, I thought, like, the last two episodes, I remember when I was first watching them, I was like, dude, Tyrese gonna get bit. Like, he's just being reckless.
Yes, he is being reckless. But didn't he say, I think he said at some point that he was, no, somebody said to him, maybe it was Michonne, something along the lines of giving up. Like, he's just like, basically, like, he's asking to get bit.
More or less,
or to get killed.
Yeah. Like, in those bushes, and, like, they're like, Ty, let it go. And he won't let it go. Michonne, man, I just cannot. It sounds like I'm on the Michonne hype train, but I'm the conductor of that bad boy. Michonne is awesome. Like, when they were in the bushes and everybody, it's just like Michonne's, like, crafty with the sword, like upside down, like surgically saving everybody. It just, my God, I love her, man. I think Denai Guerrera as Michonne is one of my favorite roles in any TV show of all time. Like, she's, if I could have, of course, Andrew Lincoln, who wouldn't want to interview Rick Grimes himself? But if I could have like one person from The Walking Dead to sit down and interview for the podcast, taking Rick out because I feel like he's a cheap answer, it would certainly be Denai Guerrera for Michonne.
I'd have to go with Daryl.
Man, see, but it wouldn't be a good interview for me interviewing Denai Guerrera, because I'd just be kissing her butt the whole time. Like, you're so awesome. 10 minutes in. And that's why I think you're so awesome. Look, are we going to start this interview or what? Like, she's just a beast.
And I like that conversation that she had with Ty about when he asked her why was she still looking for the governor? Yep. And she said, I don't know.
Yep. I think she just needs that closure. I think that she just needs to, you know, I mean, when you've got a threat out there like that, you know, is as sinister as the governor, you just don't rest until you know he's gone. You know, I think it's just that fear of like, he could always come back.
Yeah.
You know, there's always that chance that one day we're going to wake up and he's going to be in the prison. And it could be revenge, too. Now, with Andrea dead, because of the governor, that could have only, you know, it could be many different reasons. It could be the fact that it's you know, what if he comes back? It could be the fact of what he's done to her. And then it could be combined with the fact of what he did to Andrea. All three, she's just like, I'm going to take him out.
Well, she says she's done now, so we'll see if she really is.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now that she's done, he's probably going to show up.
She'll step outside, and her first thing will be like, man, come on.
Yeah. And then he's like, I heard you were done looking for me. Yep. Well, now I'm here.
And then Bob doing his little confessional about, you know, like the reasons for his alcoholism. I mean, who can blame him? Who could, I mean, like, I can't imagine what that would be like to be in that situation.
Well, it would have been fine if he had gotten the freaking medicine, which I don't understand why he couldn't. He was looking at the medicine. You couldn't put some in your bag.
Well, I think that also.
What are you doing?
I think that's also too what made Daryl so mad. So he confides and he's talking to Daryl about feeling guilty for Zach's death because he really only went on that supply run to find some liquor. And Daryl at that moment was like, don't be so hard on yourself. That's not your fault, yada, yada, yada. But then immediately after that, they almost are in the exact same situation because Bob is more concerned with getting a bottle of liquor back to the prison than he is actually getting medicine for people that are sick and dying.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. The first time I watched it, I thought, man, Daryl's being hard on Bob. He just wants a drink. But then after rewatching and thinking about it, it's like, oh, no, yeah, you're almost getting yourself and other people killed, and you're more concerned with getting that, alcohol than you are actually saving the people you're supposed to be out saving.
Yeah.
So you're like, I understand Daryl's frustration.
Oh, yeah. I love Daryl. He put him in his place, and I'm glad. Because I thought Daryl, was getting soft towards Bob. But then when that happened, it was like, nope.
He got forehead to forehead with him.
Oh, that was weird.
He's like,
that was weird.
Either one or two things going to happen. I'm going to beat that so I'm going to kiss you. You don't want neither one.
I knew you were going there.
I hadn't brushed my teeth since this apocalypse began. So a kiss will be just as bad.
He's going to be like, guess what, Bob? Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like, Bob could have definitely gotten a little bit more medicine. I mean, especially being he's the medical guy. Like, he knows more than anybody what he's looking for.
And he was telling the people what to look for. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Bob, what are you doing? So,
and I guess they could have called this episode Indifference, too, because of the conversation Rick and Carol were having, because she just seemed completely indifferent to what. I think that's what scares Rick the most and why he's. Because I don't necessarily know. Well, I want to say we don't know in the beginning that he was definitely going to cut her loose. But, I mean, the first thing he does is look at the car that she ends up driving. Like when they first get to that neighborhood, he looks at that car sitting there and the keys are in it. And he's like, couldn't have been here more than a day or so. Blah, 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 blah. But, part of me wants to think Rick didn't take her to that neighborhood knowing he was going to leave her. But after their conversation and seeing how cold she is and with zero sympathy for what she's done, in her mind, there's no kind of going back and thinking I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was trying to protect the group. In her mind, she's right. She did the right thing. And I think in that moment, Rick's like, yeah, I got to turn her loose.
Yeah.
Like he says,
So
what
sad.
if Carl gets sick? Judith.
Yep. I know that was a hard decision for him to make, and that's probably why he was being so quiet. He was trying to work it out in his head.
You see that a lot. Yep.
It's a lot to comprehend.
You see that a lot with Andrew Lincoln and the way he portrays Rick, and I love that. It's like a lot of times when there is something like this happening, it's not, it's like you can see his wheels turning and he's chewing on it. And I think that, that's, if you ever had any kind of job where they put you through leadership training and stuff, that's what they teach you is when you've got a situation like that where something makes you mad or you're trying to decide who's right and who's wrong or who should do, you shouldn't just throw something out. It's perfectly fine to step back for a second and have some silence. It's like I'm in sales and if somebody asks me a question, I'm trying to think of how to answer it. I think when you first start, your reaction is just to spit something out because you think if you pause, it looks like you don't know what you're talking about. But the best thing to do is to just let a few seconds of silence go and then come out with a good answer. So I think that's what Rick does. He chews on things for a few seconds in his head.
Right. I was going to say he probably was already good at that since he was a cop anyway. You have to look at things from all different angles.
You do.
I would think. I mean, I'm not a cop. I don't know. But I would think you would have to do that as a cop.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But hold on. Matt's here. Wait a minute. So Matt from the Sunday live streams, aren't you supposed to be home getting ready for our live stream?
Yeah.
Which is in 10 hours?
Yeah, I got to prep.
You brought beer?
Christmas came early this year.
You brought me a beer?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, no. And a sticker. Okay, so this is live on here. So Matt brought, what is this? Is this Christmas presents?
Yes, Christmas came early at the Lloyd residence.
Look at that, Jessi. Beers and Boys
Shut
O'Clock
up.
stickers. How dope is that?
I got one for
Put
my
it
fridge, one for
closer.
his
I
fridge.
wanna
This
see
is
it
the concept
again.
I drew. My brother ended up making it into a sticker as well.
Matt hand drew that one as the concept, and then his brother made this one.
Shut up. I want one.
Jessi said she wants one. And then beer, too.
Get back.
This podcast brought to you by Blue Moon Light Sky. No, I'm just playing. There's no affiliation.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Please sponsor us, Blue Moon.
Please give us money.
Yes.
Give us money or beer. We'll take either or.
And Matt, this is funny because we're doing our first video retro review. Like now, StreamYard will let us
Look at
record
my dope
them.
new jacket here, my new brown and gold jacket.
Matt's from Wyoming. We all know Wyoming's
It's
not
not
real. If you want to know, if you listen only to the retro reviews and when you want to know who Matt is, make sure to go check out our live streams. Matt's always on Sundays.
He's doing a little bob and weave.
Little bob and weave. But so Jessi, as we wrap this up, what do you think's going to happen on the next episode?
I think Rick is going to end up telling the group the truth.
Like just come clean with them.
He's going to come clean, and then he's going to leave Ty to do whatever the Oh! Woo! Sorry, YouTube. You gotta bleep that out.
It's too late.
Sorry. I felt Ty's anger in the moment.
It's
and
okay.
It came out in verbal form.
Right.
I think he's gonna leave Ty to make his own decisions about what he's gonna do about it.
Right.
Because I do think that if Rick lied and Ty found out, that Ty wouldn't be happy with Rick either. So I think Rick is gonna tell them the truth. I think maybe the original group that went out, might run into Carol.
So you think they might hit her on the road somewhere?
Yes, and that's going to be weird. Also, I think that now that Michonne has given up her search for the governor to get her revenge or whatever it is she's doing, he's going to come back into the picture somehow.
Think so. We will see. We're halfway to the mid-season finale, so.
And I think that most of the people that are sick are going to live. I think the ones that die are not going to be like big characters. They're just going to be like people we didn't know.
Right. People like Carol wouldn't care about.
Exactly.
I mean, we're halfway to the mid-season finale. Those are some pretty good predictions. We'll see which ones actually come true and which ones are off. But I think you're starting to get the groove of The Walking Dead on certain things. I'm not going to say, I will say some of your stuff may come to fruition. I'm not going to say which ones or how many of them. But you are getting better and better at your predictions for this show. So that's awesome.
Catching on the trans.
Catching on the trans?
Yeah, kind of like the formula.
Wait, what? Oh, catching on the trends. I thought he said catching on the trans. I was like, what do trans people have to do with The Walking Dead?
I support them. I'm just saying that.
I mean, I'm sure they love The Walking Dead too. I just didn't know that.
I'm all inclusive.
All inclusive. And Jessi,
Ditto.
how do you rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 5? It was slower. It was slower.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 3.5.
That's not bad.
And the only and it's just because it's slow, and those aren't fun for me. Even though I've already said if they were all crazy, I would have a hard time keeping up. But still, the thing that kept me going with this show was the very end.
Right.
This episode, the very end got me with Carol. Because
Yep.
I did not see that coming. Not at all.
And to your point of Rick being like, I'm going to tell everybody, Rick probably thought, all right, Tyrese is a beast. I only beat him last time because Daryl was holding him back. If he finds out Carol did it, he's going to hunt Carol down. But if he finds out that I knew it and I hid it from him, then he's going to hunt me and Carol down. So, sorry, Carol, you're on your own, girl. So, yeah. Exactly. I'd give this one a 3.5. I'm with you. That's probably right there where I'd rate it. I mean, it was a good episode. It definitely is it's not a filler episode by any means. It's setting up plot points, and it's a slow kind of building episode that's building up to something else. So yeah, I'll go with you 3.5 on that.
I have full confidence that the next episode is going to be a 5.
Well, and you're headed towards one of the greatest episodes in the show's history with the mid-season finale. Also, because you can see it and I don't have to pick it up, make sure to go check out moviepalette.com. The link will be in the description. They are an affiliate of ours. They support the channel and make this whole thing possible. So head over to moviepalette.com, use the promo code podcast15 and get 15% off. Find your favorite movie and get a really awesome art piece to go along with it. I got to figure out these foam pads aren't the best thing to mount stuff onto, so I've got to figure out, but soon I will have that mounted right behind me so that you can see it each and every video podcast.
You're a smart guy. You can figure it out.
It might take me a while, but I'll get there. Matt's smart. He's, Matt's got the, he's got the analytical brain to figure it out. So I have faith in him.
Thing is, like,
Between the two of you.
Sometimes I do smart stuff and I do dumb stuff. But like at least my brain's always thinking. Like I'm always trying to solve problems.
Is it weird to hear someone that you don't see on the screen?
Hello.
No.
He's my conscience.
Hello.
That's who speaks the whole time we're doing the podcast.
Yeah, he has the voice of Matt in his head when he's thinking.
But hopefully you enjoyed this. We will continue to try to do video podcasts because that is just the way it's going. So we'll try to keep up with it. And I need to get back to posting these on SoundCloud. So I might have signed that to Jessi because that doesn't take very long. But after editing for YouTube, I'm like, I don't feel like doing SoundCloud. So. But make sure to subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And we'll be back on Friday to do episode 5 of season 4 of The Walking Dead. Before the Podcasting Dead, I'm Justin.
I'm Jessi.
Matty Dubs briefly for a moment. I love you guys.
Guest appearance. And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.